interested in the topic of investment? And how about investment in yourself? Yeah, today we are here to talk about what habits or which habits do you invest in, right? And very good afternoon to everyone. And I'm looking for more viewers to join us. Welcome to Body, Mind, Soul Live Talk number 43. And it has come to nearly a year. We will be celebrating our 1 year anniversary very, very soon. Just a flip of an eye. And we have kind of like reached through. And I've been having a lot of people celebrating. It has been a 1 year anniversary of MCO in Malaysia. Seems that we are doing fine and are into the new normal. Help me to do one thing. Share with me, where you're from if you're watching this. So welcome to all those of you who are on Body, Mind, Soul magazine page, as well as Body, Mind, Soul festival page. Help me to share it out to your friends of this live talk. Let me just see. What habits do you invest in? And while I'm having that, just do one thing, help me to share it out. And then you can see my background is different today. It's very, very true what today's topic and so happened, it clashes with my gathering with friends. So in the past, my habit is I will choose my work rather than hanging out or spending time with myself as well as with my friend. But you know what? This round, I choose to invest it differently. I choose to invest in both. Why don't I commit to my work at the same time allow myself to kind of like spend time with my friends, enjoy myself in a beautiful lunch buffet in a hotel. So yeah, I can do both. And when you set that kind of intention, it kind of gives you a different vibe. It gives you a different outcome. So we will be having our expert, I would say, someone who has been consistently practicing this form of investment. And she is none other than our Golden Space Malaysia certified practitioner, meditation practitioner, Miss Sheau Shy. So help me do one thing, share out this live talk because we are going to talk about what habits do you invest in? And and let me know where you from, and let me know where are you, and just give me another 2 minutes and then I'll bring out loud. And also at the same time, Body, Mind, Soul is a platform where we wish to constantly impact life positively, and it is a safe place for everyone to express your concern or to learn from each other. So a lot of time, we had different speaker to come up and give us certain tips so that we can move forward in life more positively and also more creatively. And you know what? And with hope as well. And I have Michelle over here. Nice one, Christina. Work and have fun at the same time. Exactly. A lot of times we are being taught and we thought we have to choose either, but when you are creative enough, and when you set the intention, you know what? I don't want to choose. I want to have both. And it's not out of greedy. It is out of commitment. And also I want to nurture myself. I wish to have more self-care and self-love for myself as well. So that is where this is my form of investment. But how about you? All those out there, how about you? I have Huili. Hello from Singapore. Hi, Huili. What is the habits that you have been investing? So take your time, pause a little while, start to do a little bit of reflection together with me. What habits do you invest in together with me before we bring up our guest today, who has been, having a lot of boom. And I believe, once she's up, she's on fire, talking non-stop already. At this point of time, she's still trying to breathe out. All that tension that she's having. So make sure do one thing for me. You know what? Share out this live talk because we are really talking about investment. And it's very important because, recently everyone is talking about investment. I feel, and I'll read from Robin Sharma, the best thing about investment is self-investment. Yes. I have Vivian. Hi, Christina. How are you today? I am cheerful. I am happy. I am great. I had productive meetings in the morning, then followed by catching up with my friends, which is very fun. We were joking about the food. Of course, the food is rather a little disappointing, but that's not the point. The point is I get to hang out with my friends and we were all laughing and joking happily. I have Michelle. Oh yeah, loud, very loud. Okay, so do a favor for me, share out this live talk together with me so that we can invite more people to come in and discuss about the habits. Sometimes it requires us to have a form of discussion like this in order for us to reflect and become more aware. What kind of thought patterns that we have, what kind of daily habits or daily habitual patterns that we have been repeating ourselves. I have Michelle. Christina, you look great too. Thank you. I try my best to maintain, not to eat too much just now, so that I don't look too bloated on the screen. Thank you very much. I know I cantik macam bunga. All right, so warm up your palms because I am to bring up our speaker of the day, which is to welcome Sheau Shy, director of the Golden Space Malaysia. Hello, Lau.
Hi, Christina. Can you hear me clearly or not?
Yes, can. Very good. Can hear you very good.
Yeah.
No hang also. I like, your opening is always you laugh first, which is very good so that it calms you down. And it just shows everyone that, every one of us has certain habits that we are still working on it and we are still breaking through it. But in the end, it is your choice, even though you have certain fear, you will be very nervous. But yes, you still say yes when I invite you to come up for this topic, to come up for the talk as well. So, Lau, for a start, why you use the word invest?
Why I use the word invest? For me,
because the topic is... Yeah, exactly. Please go ahead.
For me, invest is like you consciously make the effort you want to invest in which. Imagine that you have a 1 ringgit on your hand, so you want to invest in which way. So this is how I perceive it. It's a conscious, it's a free choice that you have already, that you are born with, and this free choice is on your hand, right? So which one do you want to invest? So in terms of like a physical investment, if you are an investor, you will choose, okay, I want to invest in this company, I want to invest in this share, I want to invest in this. So that required you to really aware, what you are investing in, whether you already give a study on that
you
company
do research.
itself. Yeah, you do research before you do that investment, right? So you consciously do that investment. But how about yourself? I believe in investment in myself. So I always ask myself, so I only have 1 ringgit, for example, the 1 ringgit represent one choice that I always have with me, So where do I invest? Do I want to invest in this or that? So I have a free choice. There's no right, no wrong. But what I invest in, eventually it will become me. I will actually get the return from my investment. For example, right? For example, if let's say I invest in scolding people, I invest in negativity. So eventually I will end up creating a lot of negativity in my life. Right? So that is what I feel about, investment. That's why I always ask myself, and I always share in the class, when I lead meditation, I lead the mindfulness meditation, I always ask people, where do you invest? You invest in love or invest in negativity? Because both is also correct, right? You have this free choice. You have this, and every time you are given this 1 ringgit, I always imagine that's 1 ringgit, so it's easier for me to invest. Okay.
To relate.
Yeah. So because we actually able to be more mindful, if that's 1 ringgit, there's something that we can hold, and then we can invest mindfully in our life, So yeah, so that's why I use the word investment. So in this context, would be, what kind of habit that you want to invest in? You want to invest in the habit that can shape you to or a habit that can break you.
Wow, this is very nicely put. Okay, let us pause a little bit because we have some comments coming in. I have Michelle. Lau put lipstick today. Wee wee. Oh wow, you are very, very observant, Michelle. I am curious, how observant are you with your own habits? Michelle, do share with us. You are very observant. Do let us know that what kind of habits you observe yourself on a daily basis. All right. We have Vivian. Hi, BMS admin. I'm really good today. Hope you are having a great day too. Still waiting for your tagline. What is the tagline that we are talking about? My tagline. Oh, all right. So our admin reply, awesome Saturday, my tagline. I see. Okay. So now it's such a beautiful thing that, our live talk has become, also allowing our Body Mind Soul admin to, to interact with our audience as well. So please feel free to ask any question to our admin as well as to our speaker. This is what Body Mind Soul always encourage, and this is what me as your host, Christina, I always love to have engagement and to listen from all of you who are watching this. Even if you are watching this after the live, all right, do write in your comment or question, and we will direct to our speaker of that particular talk to also answer you or to give you some direction and clarity. So hold on a little bit. We have Michael over here. Hi, sisters. I think it's to you and I.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, Michael.
And we have Michelle, habit to light me up every day. Wow, that's very good. And also, Michelle is saying always choose positivity. Okay, I think Lau, let us go in a little deeper. It's always very easy to ask everyone to make a choice or invest positivity, like what Michelle is saying. But let's put it in a very human way, okay? If let's say you are in a very good mood when you get up, it's so easy to invest in positivity.
Correct.
So easy. It doesn't require any effort.
Yeah.
But what if you wake up without any reason, you just feel today the entire day is gray and gloomy, like the weather now is about to rain, just gray and gloomy, and you just don't feel like getting out of the bed. How can we still invest in positivity in that sense?
Very good questions, Christina. The first thing is you have to have awareness first. Meaning to say is that you have to have awareness of whether, what state are you. But if you are not aware, there's no way you can invest, you see. Yeah, so the first thing is, are you aware that you are grumpy? Are you aware that you're tired? Are you aware that my mood is like, or you are actually very happy? So are you aware? So the first thing is be aware, right? So, but the question is, how can you be aware?
Exactly. Some people don't even know they are a grumpy person. They thought this is me. This is who I am. This is my character. Why you ask me to change myself? This is who I am. So what can they do?
So I would say is that it's important to actually decide what kind of versions, what kind of persons that you want to be. Meaning to say is that you decide, because this decision was not taught when we are young. It is also not taught consciously in our class, in our classroom, our school, our uni. Even, no one actually tell us, hey, Christina, do you know that you can decide who you want to be? No one tell me, actually. No one tells me. And I have been searching high and low, what kind, how can I be happier? How can I be, rich, for example, and how can I be peaceful? How can I be more happier than before? And how can I make sure that my peace, my happiness, my joy is permanent rather than today I feel happy, the next moment I'm very scared. I fear that this happiness will run away. We don't know who, somehow things will happen to snatch this happiness out from me. I go through all this dilemma inside of me. Yeah. So until I actually make a decision. I make a decision that I want to be peaceful. I choose to be a peaceful me. Until I make that decision, I go through in my life, I go through a lot of fear. I'm the person who, are fearful to go out, fearful to experience new things,
Just
even
take this live talk.
yeah. Fearful to even, be live, even though I know I can see you, I'm comfortable with you. But the idea of, wow, I don't know how many eyes is seeing me. So it makes me a lot of fear, it frightens me, and even before this live, this is my third time coming out on live. My heart is so I was asking, how can I break this? I have been doing this already consciously, putting myself outside, how can I break this? But today, I somehow find a footing. I just do it, The first thing is just do it. Decide and just
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
So come back to the topic itself, So I believe it's a few years ago that I think maybe 8 or 7 years ago, I consciously make the decisions that I want to be peaceful. I have enough of a lot of chaotic life, my emotion up and down, One time I feel very happy, the next moment I'm fall into
Down the drain.
down the drain, and I take weeks or months to really stand up again. And my face is always perpetually not happy, very grumpy. I'm not the person that shows my anger, but you will know that I always constantly send the vibe, don't touch me.
Don't come near me.
Yeah, don't come near me, don't talk to me, You touch me, I don't know what will happen to you, that kind of that kind of vibes, So that's how that's who I am inside. There's a lot of emotions that I'm not able to express, and that I don't know how to handle. And I'm so grumpy inside. I'm so angry. I'm so fearful, and yet not peaceful. So it disturbed me. Even though I'm very focused on my work, and so the only things that I can help me to divert, that emotion is my work, in a way, right? Yeah. So it's back then that I decided it's enough, and I want to have peace. It's a very firm decision that I make, by hook or by crook, I want to be peaceful. So the moment I choose to be peaceful, actually, it helps me to start to have awareness. Awareness of what? Awareness of what makes me don't feel peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
What makes you feel uncomfortable?
Correct. What makes me feel? It means that the anger become more obvious to me. The sadness become more obvious to me. Things that triggers me become more obvious to me. And at that moment, again, back then I never used an investment, It's only later on I realized that it's a form of investment. So back then, when I realized that, so I asked myself, whether I want to continue to be that grumpy me, that anger me, that sad me, the fearful me, or I want to be that peaceful me that I already make a decision. So I still have a choice, you see. Even though I make that choice already, that choice, that decisions help me to have awareness of who I can be, who I want to be. And every second, every moment of my life, I'm given a second chance. Am I serious on my investment or not? Am I serious of
like
my
how
decision?
allow, when you say like that, it just made me realize, when we talk about money related investment, a lot of us are very serious.
Correct.
A lot of us, just take my aunt, who is very actively in stock market. Every day, almost every day, on like 2-hour basis, she will check the stock market, the high and the low. You look at the chart. How is the high and low, the fluctuation, when do I buy, when do I sell, things like that. How many of us have that kind of check and commitment, to our self-investment?
Correct.
To check on our graph, our up and down graph, that you have mentioned. You decided to choose to be a person who has peace inside you, and that's where you have the awareness, and that's where because of too much of emotion fluctuation, to all the audience out there, take it as The emotion fluctuation is as if the chart of a stock market, the up and
Yeah.
down. It's the
Yeah.
same. When
Correct.
I think about it, as you are sharing to me, it's actually the same. How many of us are very serious, serious in the sense, like just commit, that's what we are talking about, that. It's not like, oh, I must have the piece, then it become a different direction already. But just commit to check on your graph, your own graph.
It's easier to watch the stock market graph because there are physical things, right?
Yeah.
But it takes a little bit effort to watch your own graph, right? So and the best thing is no one knows. No
Exactly.
one knows. No one knows whether you, for example, I decided I want to be peaceful, right? So it comes to the second point, whether I actually take the action to invest in the peace or otherwise, right? So no one knows, only I know. So that is the difficult part. Why a lot of people are not able to be consistent. If you refer to stock market, you have something to refer. There's a report,
Visual.
There's a visual, Yeah. So that's why a lot of people, they require coach. They require, a
Mentor.
facilitator, the mentor, to help them to measure, to keep track the stock market of their own,
Yes.
investment on themselves, right? But I do it with myself because I want to make it, happen for myself. And every moment I'm asking myself, where am I investing in? Investing
Okay,
in
I
peace.
will hold you here. I'll
Yes.
hold you here because you will be going to your second pointer, which is your second tips to all the audience. You know that you need to be you have highlighted to us that we need to have the awareness. Like what I said just now, for those viewers who are very new joining us, welcome to Body Mind Soul Live Talk number 43. Today we are talking about which habits do you invest in. And Lau, coming from a financial background, she loves to use all these words: investment. Yeah, like if you have 1 ringgit, what are you going to invest in? That is your one choice in a day. We have quite a few comments over here. Florence, be true to your feelings and accept the emotional state that you are in, then only able to transform change from there. Yep. Exactly. Florence, thank you very much for your tips over here and your sharing. Definitely. And it also take awareness again. It also take
Right.
awareness to be true to our feeling, and also take awareness to accept our emotional state. And I have Amy over here, which is my dear friend. Hello, my dear Christina. Hi, Amy. And it's going to rain heavily here. Yes, I can see the blue sky over out there. Today I'm in a different spot of mine. I have like a big window right over here to me. Very beautiful KL Tower just right in front of me. Different scenario. So back to the topic, and also I wish to welcome everyone. If you have any question that you wish to get some clarity from Lau, how she practiced getting more awareness, perhaps before, as we are going to the second tips, all right, second sharing, which is action. If you still have some question about how to gain more clarity on the awareness part, do write in, do comment. At the same time, if you feel this topic, what habits do you invest in, is something that is worth sharing with your friend, click the share button on this live chat, on this live video, share it out on your newsfeed so that we can bring this awareness out to more people,
Yeah.
So Lau, come back to, you have the awareness, you decided you want to be a peaceful person. So what action do you take?
Of course, is to drop all that emotion that makes me not peaceful. It's simple, right?
How?
So of course, there's tears, there's heartbroken, there's failure. Not every time that from the initial years of my practice, not every time that I'm successfully to be peaceful. There are times where I just scold people, and then I realize that, oh, actually, I already how to say.
Buy into the anger.
Yes, and I actually I'm not investing in the peace again. You see, I already decided I want to be peaceful, but but I never use my one choice wisely at that moment, right? So what I did is For example, if let's say I accidentally or I allow that emotion, I invest in the anger itself at that moment, right? So what I will do is I will actually acknowledge that I have done so-called wrongly. I
A
acknowledge
wrong
that,
investment.
yes, I done a wrong investment, right?
Yes.
So the outcome will be what? I mean I may lost this friend or I may hurt someone. It's a bad investment, I want to say. All right. So then I will actually make a decision then. I will make a decision, for if these things happen again next time, I will invest in peace. I'll
What
make
what
sure.
would my action be?
Yes, I will make sure I invest in peace. Immediately, I make a decision. Then I will not wait until things happen. Then I make the decisions again. I will not. I will actually rectify that. I will reflect, I will rectify, and I make the decisions again to reaffirm that yes, this is the investment that I want to make in. Yeah. And of course, along the way, I learned a lot of tools from Golden Space. And one of the things that is meditations that help me to reflect, where am I? Am I continuously doing in the right investment, or actually, I say something, but I do other things? Because, I specifically want to highlight this is no one knows where you invest in, especially investment in your habit. No one knows. Yeah. No one truly knows. No one can say that, hey, Christina, you are investing in the wrong habit. No one can say that, right? But
Yes.
when you do a wrong actions, right, or something wrong, people can see, people can rectify that for you. Or maybe you invest in the wrong stock. You can ask people, hey, what's your opinion, right? But often, investment in your own habit, in your own emotions, on your own thoughts, is you are the only person who knows. Good
Yes.
or bad. Good or
True.
bad. You
True
are the
enough.
only person who can decide that and can taste that investment itself. Good or bad. So if you do the investment wisely, and every time you will actually immediately receive that return of investment. If you
Okay.
invest in peace, what you will get eventually is immediate, is peace.
I hold you here. I just want to hear from all the audience so far, from the 2 pointers that Lau had shared. Be clear who you want to be. That was the very first. Then second, then you build your awareness, right? Cultivate
Yeah.
your awareness, and then take action, right? Take action towards the person you wish to be, whatever that it
Right.
may be. That is a
Yeah.
form of self-investment. So far, how is the audience feeling? Do you have anything that comes into your mind? It has been really quiet. Everyone is very focusing, listening to us or to you, particularly Lau. So I really wish to hear from the crowd. How is everyone feeling about this so far? Then I want to go into the reflection, which you are flashing out on the screen. When you
Yeah.
say reflect, what do you mean?
You see, there are times where you have to really sit down and reflect whether is this true or not. Do we really want to be that peace, for example, peaceful version of me, for example? That's one thing. Is this our choice again? That's one thing that I always ask. Do I want to be peaceful? So of course the answer is always yes, because I make that decisions already, right? So reflections is also helping me throughout the day. What is the things that I do right? What is the things that I don't do right?
And this ruler is
Yeah,
only within yourself, correct?
correct.
It is not the ruler, or it's not a greed that is from external. It is your greed. You decide, or I decide, right? What
Yeah,
is the right and what is the wrong in my own context, with
yes,
with
yeah,
humbleness and with
yeah,
openness, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
if I am to use your measurement to determine my peacefulness, maybe that does not serve me and it will not help me,
yeah,
correct?
yeah. It's the me, it's the version of peace that I want to experience.
Mm.
Excuse me. So when I decided that, I don't know where I can bring myself to. I don't know these 3 steps at all. I just know that I have enough of chaotic emotion up and down, a lot of mind chatter, but I just want to have peace. But these actions, these decisions and that actions and that reflection, constantly asking myself, where am I investing in, So I come to one of the very important point where, in the reflections, I may say, yeah, I do wrong already. I invested, I scolded Christina Tang, for example. Without me aware, I scolded her. So a lot of people will say, okay, next time I don't want to scold her again. But I would say, why not now? Why you want to wait for next time? So this is a blind spot that a lot of people have.
Yes.
Why not now? Why do you want to wait until when things happen again? Yeah.
What's the difference? Okay, I think I'm gonna ask on behalf of the audience, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of time we say, okay, next time I'm not gonna repeat the same mistakes.
Correct.
Put it this way.
Yes.
So you are saying, why wait for next time?
Correct.
Why don't now? I'm not going to make the same mistakes.
Yes, you
What's
immediately.
the difference between these two?
You see, if you cannot make it now, what makes you think that you can make it in the future as well? It's a blind spot, you see. It's a blind spot. We always say, okay. Next time, I will not do that, So next time, I will not do that. It's not a firm decisions that you are investing in. You are not making a firm decisions. So you need to be more conscious. You need to be more precise what decisions, what investment that you are putting in, you're putting on, you meaning to say is that maybe by just taking a call, Christina, I'm sorry that I actually, just lash out and scolded you. I'm sorry. And, I promise that this will not be happening again. So then, that is an immediate actions that I reconcile with you. And then with myself, do reflections, and I will personally say to myself that in the future or from now onwards, I will start to love. I will invest and I will start to be peaceful. I am peaceful. I will start to love. So I make that decisions right now. Not until things happen again. Then a lot of emotions again, and then I want to struggle again. And that's a time where you don't have a right state of mind to even decide where you want to invest, you see. Because the muscle is not there. The muscle is not there, Yeah, the muscle to make the right decision is not there. Yeah. So
I pause you here for a little bit because we have quite a few comments coming in. Some of them are quite interesting, I would say. We have Vivian. Here, there's Florence. Totally agree. Conscious habits become your natural behavior or reaction. Thanks for the tips. Yes, thank you, Florence, for staying. And we have Vivian. So we make our choices every second, every moment to the direction that we want to be in. Lau, do you agree with this?
Yes, I totally, it comes with, I realize a lot of people, they never decide who they want to be. And not only a lot of people, I myself too. I
think there is a blind spot over here as well. A lot of time when we see a figure that we really wish, oh my God, now like I wish the light is brighter because that sky is really dark. I can see I'm like going into a cinema like that. But anyway, so just joke aside, I feel this is a blind spot because a lot of time we actually mention, I wish I'm like that. So we thought we have made that decision, let's say, to become, like for me, I always wish that, I'm a person that the Chinese saying that 稳如泰山, meaning anything comes my way, any challenges, any situation, I'll be calm like a mountain, still like a mountain, calm like a water. There's no ripple. No matter how the current is running underneath, the surface of the water is still, the mountain is still. So this is a person that I always wish to be. And I always look up to people who can handle risk with this attitude. You know, I've said this so many times, but I've
Yeah.
never decided to be
Correct. So
until I
you
think,
only
yes,
hope.
yes, I only hope to be, but I have never decided. I've never invest my effort and my awareness to catch myself. Whether am I calm and still until I think until last year when pandemic happened, and it was really a good training ground for me to be more aware. So just now when you say a lot of people, they want to, but they have not. I say, there's a blind spot I must highlight. And you know what? We have more comments coming in. Lau, just give me a minute. And over here, Vivian is saying easiest would be to have Lau by my side all the time. It's such a good joke. Our admin, constant monitor and reminder, right? I'm not sure whether you really wish to have Lau next to you, constant remind you and monitor you. Yeah, it can be a very good journey, and also up to you to decide whether it's a pain in the ass. Okay. Okay, Florence over here. Yeah, make her as personal investment analyst. Okay, so this one she's very good at. I must agree. And we have Shiwei over here. I used to invest in a great variety of things. I wanted to learn and explore everything, but now when I have more clarity in life and my goals, I will choose what I feel is right to invest in at the moment. Lau, do you have any comments on this? Sharing from our viewer?
No, I feel they get the point right, and they know what I'm saying, and they are getting it right. And you also learn very fast, Christina. You know that, why later, right? Why later? Why not now? Correct. So we
Yes.
always hope that, yeah, I wish I can be like that. Why not make it to be like that right now? You decide to be that kind of versions that you want, your versions. Yeah.
Yes.
So that is important. And she already know, and she already practicing the investment, the power of choice, that she has in her already. And
Mm.
congratulations, Shiwei, congratulations.
We
Yeah.
have Florence also. Too afraid to make wrong, lousy choices. Fear deter us from making choices. Lau, what is your comment on
Correct.
this?
Talking about this, I also have the second choice that I make. The first choice that I make that helped me to set the foundation of peace, it comes to a point where I am peaceful. I'm
Mm-hmm.
truly peaceful. One day when I wake up, I'm so peaceful that until, I cannot believe that I'm so peaceful. I cannot believe until I was like, is it true or not? So this piece set a fundamental of my life. Set a
Mm-hmm.
fundamental. It helps me to have more awareness, a deeper awareness of my thoughts, deeper awareness of my emotions, deeper awareness of my choice. Constantly, consciously, I'm aware. So again, things happened, and I think 6 years ago, when I was alone, and I faced certain things, and I think it is middle of night. I'm alone, 11 or 12 o'clock. Where everything is settled down. Suddenly, these thoughts come to me. If today
Mm-hmm.
is my last day, how would I be feeling? How would I
If
be?
today is your last day.
Yeah. If
Mm-hmm.
today is my last day, mean to say I will not be living already. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dead person tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So how will I feel? So immediately all my fear come out,
Surface. Okay.
surface up. And the first thing come to me is I don't want to die, because I have so many things that I have not,
Achieve and
experienced.
accomplish. Yes.
And why, and there's a lot of regrets inside of me, because in past years, yes, I have peace, but I have not actually break my fear. I have fear of talking, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I have fear
Mm-hmm.
of talking on stage. I have fear of putting myself in front of people. That's a
Mm-hmm.
few things that I don't like. The best is don't come and talk to me. Yeah, the kind of person that I am, that I was before. So it's that night that I make the second decision that turned my life a lot. I said I cannot live like that. If I have been living 30 odd years back then, in fear, And this fear does not serve me. I'm still fearful. No matter how I run, how I buried the fear, how I run away the fear, how I diverted my attention, the fear is constantly haunting me. That
Mm-hmm.
So I tell myself that I cannot, if otherwise I don't want to live in regrets. I don't want to leave the world full of regrets. So I tell myself, I decide again that I want to break this fear. I truly want to make a point that I want to break this fear. So again, when I make the decisions, my awareness expanded, right?
Mm.
So doesn't mean that I don't have fear. Actually, that decisions help me to be more aware of my fear. Where
Mm.
am I fearful of? In what way? Yeah, in with who, for example, in what circumstances, for example, in what situation that I will be afraid of. And then again, I have a choice, you see. I have awareness, then I have a choice. Then this time, I have my fear.
Okay.
It's very, very prominent to me at that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also aware that I have this investment, this choice that I can make, right? So again, I'm asking myself, so I want to invest in the fear that I have already done it unconsciously for many, 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 many years,
Mm-hmm.
or I want to start to invest in my peace again, to break my fear again, or to be a happy version of me, or
Beautiful.
to be a version of me that live without regrets. So at that moment, I actually stumble for a while. So where do I invest? Invest in fear, which I already done, and I will continue to be fearful. I know already. I already experienced it already, right? But the thing is, I have not experienced the other side.
Mm.
But it's so fearful to make that decisions. I want to break this. I want to invest in. So it's like you are making the choice. I want to invest in this stock or not. What if? What if? What if? What if? What if? So you keep cha-chaing.
Yes.
So in out, in out, in out. So in this manner, you just have to have that courage. No one can help you to make these decisions. It's only you.
Mm.
But the key here is you are very clear because this will not serve you. The fear that you have invested for so long is not serving me. I
Mm.
know it's not serving me because I have not breakthrough, and it only create more regrets for me.
Mm. Mm.
So
Mm.
I
Mm. Mm.
actually make that choice. Okay, I invest into this breakthrough my fear.
Take
So
that leap of faith.
yes, and that time is a time where I was given the opportunity to lead a project in
Mm.
Golden Space at that time.
Yes.
So the moment I say yes, I invested, I say yes. And that's the moment I felt that my whole limbs, my whole body were all, weakened. It's like I cannot really stand up because all the fear will cripple inside of me. I was like, wow, so difficult for me to really stand. But that investment, but inside of me, I am so happy. I am
Mm.
so happy that I made
I,
that decision,
I,
that
I, I would
investment.
I would say, a lot of time our habits has to do with our mind. Like body, mind, soul, right? Our habits has to do with our body, has to do with our mind. And a lot of times all those positive vibes that human or even us thinks is too good to be true, those are our soul feeling, those are our heart's feeling, and it is consistently has been there, but it's just that our habit of our body and our mind and all the choices and investment that we have made when we were young all the way until we study, it have shaped us into a certain perspective. But our
Yeah.
soul, body, mind, soul, our heart always know what is the right choices, in a way, what is
What
the right
served us?
investment that
Yeah.
really will helps us, that
Correct.
really will expand, that will grow, and that will make us happy and cheerful, back to our childlike state, that
Yeah.
joyful childlike state. And we as a human, like we have grown in like what, 30, 40 over years, 20 over years for some of the viewers. There are certain sets of habits that we have built along the way.
Yeah.
And when you have that kind of awareness, that kind of consciousness, and that kind of action, that's where you start to kick off a different lifestyle of yours, which is what I'm going to bring in over here. Michael, I made the right investment today to watch this live talk show. Lucky me with thumbs up. And our admin over here, lucky us to have Lau to share her story and tools that she constantly practice. We have Shi haha, take her home and feed her a lot of delicious food.
She must know me a lot, She know me that I love food.
Yes. Jennifer is the best. Christina, I feel Lau can be your co-talk host. All right. So let's see what Lau will say, Jennifer. We have Eva sending us heart shape pyong pyong.
Yeah.
And then
I
we
don't know
have...
how to do this, Christina. Okay. I find my way.
Yeah, like this, okay? We have Eva, Christina, and Lau look like twin. I think it's because our hairstyle. Yeah. And Jennifer agreed, I think it's agreed to bring you home and feed you with a lot of delicious food. Michael is saying, cannot lah, she makan too much. Okay. All right. So, Lau, any other life example that you had?
Yeah. I want to share more a little bit on the fear itself. A lot of people, they think that once they make that decision, the fear will run away, But the most important thing I want to share is when the moment I say I want to break the fear, and universe was giving me the opportunity to break that fear.
A platform.
Then, and when I pause and I decide, I want to break the fear and I want to take up this opportunity to lead the project so that I live with no regrets, because that is one of the things that I always turn away. I always say no, and that is the things that makes me so regret after that. And when I say yes to that project, and that fear actually cripples me a lot. I feel so weak. But what makes me so excited and move forward is my heart. My heart is celebrating joyfully, saying that finally, Lau, I have the courage to say yes, to invest in breaking through my fear.
Wow.
And that is the point where I felt like, wow, I have made that right decision. And whether or not
investment.
Correct. The right investment, and whether or not I will be shining in that project itself, whether this project will be successful or not, is a secondary already. Secondary already. So the first thing that breakthrough is the happiness in my heart that knows that I have made that right investment to break through. I have kept my promise that I have made for myself. And that's the time where things unfold by itself. I have more and more opportunity, and after that will be more and more project that comes to me, and until I'm so used to it. And then the second one is I start to teach, talking to people and sharing what I know to people, and the next biggest is putting myself in a live talk itself, Yeah. So that's a few things that I constantly help myself, pushing myself to break through. Yeah. So it's always an investment that I wanted to put in. Where do I invest? Yeah. So that's the things. And when I do that, one day when I think it's last year, my son is this year he's 14. He's Form 2 this year, and last year is the first year that he go to secondary school. And actually he shared with me after that, he shared with me without me knowing that he actually make a decisions that he want to be someone that is helpful.
Wow.
Helpful in his class, He wants to be someone that happy, and make people happy and
Wow.
also be helpful. So he made that decision. So I asked him, why do you make that decision? He says he wants to be happy and helpful. And he says that with a lot of joy inside of him. And then I asked him, so what action that you have done differently? So he says that he volunteer in his class, no matter and that's he start to have awareness. When teacher needs someone to help, he will volunteer himself. He will raise his hand and say, I want to help, I want to help, I want to help. So when I hear this, he unconsciously he's learning from me, unconsciously. I never really tell him what he needs to do, what he can do. And by being who I am as his mom, he actually has it inside of him.
Wow.
Yeah, and the reflections that, of course, I'm not sure whether he knows how to do reflection. I have not really taught him the way, but when he shared, I can feel his joy on making that decisions, his joy of being volunteer, and his fulfillment in volunteering and helping teacher.
And in this context, his reflection is, after he has taken the action, how does it make him feel?
He's happy.
That's the reflection, right?
Yeah.
Reflection, a lot of time, I feel to highlight this also. When we talk about reflection, I don't know, somehow, a lot of time we thought to reflect the things that we didn't do enough, to reflect on the mistakes. But in this context, it's not so much what we didn't do right or what we didn't do enough. It is also to reflect the things that have made us feel joyful, the things that, the action that has made us feel happy, and the action that has fulfilled us, right? And to celebrate that action that we have taken because we have decided who we want to be. And your son has given us a very good example in this context.
Yes. Whether reflections can be like, whether whatever that you have actually done, does it help you to fulfill what you have chosen? Yeah. Where are you? Are you nearer to who you want to be or not? Do you run away? As I say, I go back to, if I choose to have peace, I decided to have peace. So reflection could be whether I invest in peace every moment. Do I do that? Or the reflection could be, how peaceful am I right now compared to my first time of
going through?
When I initially decided, that's it, I want to be peaceful. Where am I right now? So it can be a reflection of where am I right now, and acknowledging a self-acknowledgement that, I have done it, I achieved that. I am 50% more peaceful than before. And that is an achievement, So it's important to actually acknowledge that actions and that effort that I have put forth, and then shape me, who am I today.
We have Michael over here to that comment. Your son has a good heart. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Indeed, if in the past when I do action like this, I reflect, my mom will say you are too busybody, but this is not busybody. This is really serving him, and that is what he wished to be. So that's very important to all the parents out there to understand. So sometimes when your children making certain decision, understand further why he chose to be like that, right? Jennifer over here, one of my fears was driving for the first time after being in the lockdown during MCO1, went through a few self-sabotage. The fear was so real, but I mastered my courage, started the car engine, and my life was transformed thereafter. Congratulations, Jennifer. That's a very good reflection. That's a very good awareness, and also taking the action, just start the engine and just drive, right? Yeah. Lau, any other pointers that you wish to add on to our topic today? What habits do you invest in? And for all the audience, if you have any comments or any experience that you wish to share with our audience over here, feel free to type it in. Make sure that you are watching Body Mind Soul Magazine or Body Mind Soul Festival. Follow Body Mind Soul Magazine Facebook so that every week we have 2 live talk, and it's all about having this space to communicate, to learn from each other, and it is a safe space for us to exchange our experience and for us to ask each other questions, right? So Lau, anything else that you wish to add on?
I have a lot to share. If you give me another 1 hour, probably I can continue. But I love basic. I love basic. I love things that is basic. I want to, share to everyone, in your day-to-day life, what is the normal things that we always do. For example, maybe Christina, you do your house chore, do you always do laundry? Do you always sweep the floor? Do you always wash your dishes? Or for the mom, do you always cook? You drive your children to school? Right now, the school is open already, right? I was brought up in a family where I have a lot of aunties and uncles, and one of my aunties is she don't like doing household, and when you have a lot of people in the house, everyone have different habit, and people just put things everywhere, and you just mess up things, right? So the moment every day, the moment she took that the broom, so she will start to mumble, scold, mumble, scold, from the front to the back of the house. And she scold along the way, she mumble along the way. So if this is the investment of life that you want to build, so you will not be able to be happy. No point in one way that you say that you want to be happy, but another point is you actually do not do it. You scold people, you mumble, and then you make yourself upset by doing the house by just sweeping the floor, and you're scolding other people, you're making yourself not happy. So that is also an investment, you see. It's also an investment of what kind of life or habit that you want to have eventually. So a lot of people are not aware that they are doing it every moment.
Yes.
They are repeatedly doing it every moment without them knowing that they are investing in the habit that they don't like, that don't serve them. They can only say that I don't like law, I don't do law. I just hate it, but they do not make a conscious choice whether they want to choose to change or not. And I hope, I actually want to bring this to everyone's awareness. Be aware of the surrounding. What is the things that you always do? And what is your blind spot? What is the things that you always, it's so habitual already. You take it for granted already. So I feel it's time that you pause, for a while and do some reflections. These the versions that you want. Is this the investment, the right investments that you make, that you invest in yourself? So there are people who ask me, and now how come you're so peaceful? How come you can be happy and joyful? You feel so motivated every day. I'm not like that one. I'm not sure whether when the first time you see me, I'm not sure whether I'm really like that, but a lot of people know me that I'm not like that. So
it's just like, when I'm on screen, right? When I'm on the live talk, everyone feel and sees that I'm very energetic, I'm very positive, and I'm always, happy and cheerful. Come on, guys. I do have my lower point as well. Yeah, I do have my emotional fluctuation up and down. I'm still a human. I still face challenges. I still have my own fear, but what do I invest? Do I bring out this sadness, or this down point of my emotions when I'm on screen? I choose not to. I choose not to invest that in front of the screen. And this is the same, Lau. It's like, without the screen, without the scene, What do you choose? What do I choose every day, every second? What do I wish to invest? I think this is very, very loud and clear. And we do have, Jennifer over here commenting. That's the hint, Christina. She's ready to become a talk host. Okay. Oh, well, we have Jennifer is encouraging you to be the co-talk host show. So let us see how it goes.
Let's see, Christina. But I feel a lot of people will miss you a lot. It's good to have you continuously for another 1 or 2 years.
Talking. All right. I do understand it's different. Lau has her own role and responsibilities as well. But put it this way, I think you make it very loud and clear. Back to basic on daily life, daily action, daily practice, who make a choice of who you want to be. It's not just saying like how we have discussed about. A lot of time we just say, I wish to be like that. I wish. It's actually you are still in the hopeful state. You haven't made a choice. You haven't made a firm decision. I just wish to share this with the audience as well. Once I make that firm decision that I want to be, as still, as calm as the mountain, as still as the water, it heightens up my awareness, like what you share. It heightens up my awareness. Of course, opportunity will always come, meaning there are more challenges, there are more risks I need to manage. But what do I choose to invest? Because I have said it out loud, I've made that decision, right? And that is very, very clear. And at times, what action do I take? How about all of you out there who are watching this? What action do you take? I feel this is a very good time to pause and reflect on this beautiful rainy Saturday with a lot of thunder. It's a beautiful nature orchestra that is running now. Take your time to pause and reflect. Pen down what you wish to be, who you wish to be, what habits do you want to invest in. I feel this is very, very important. And Florence over here, one of my biggest take of the talk to have checkpoint on your reflection, especially dealing with fear. Back to basic. Thank you, Lau. Thank you very much, Florence.
Florence.
I think your biggest takeaway for the audience, Lau, correct me if I'm wrong, is back to basic.
Back to basic, because that is a fundamental, your habitual, your investment. It can shape you or it can actually break you. It's a day-to-day things, you will only realize after 10 years. So sometimes it's maybe too late already, but why want to wait until 10 years later? Why not now?
And with this, Body Mind Soul is also offering a workshop, right? Workshop that's happening tomorrow. You can, if I'm not mistaken, the title is You Can Fulfill Your Life.
You can live a fulfilling life.
You can live the fulfilled life with Suzy Rajaram. It's 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow, and we still have a few slots remain, a few seats available for you to register. And it comes with a purchase of our latest volume 27. Magazines. And Suzy Rajaram is the head of Guardians of Mother Earth, the Green Initiative of the Golden Space, and also the certified practitioner of the Golden Space Malaysia. So Suzy has lots of story to share. She has gone through 2 times of cancer. She had battled it through, and she finally found her way and her tips and her action to live a fulfilled life. So for all this, I ask all of you again, what is the investment you wish to invest? What is the habits you wish to invest? You can choose right away to register and just pay 10 ringgit, for the magazine, where with a lot of inspiring articles that can, inspire you to take more positive action. Because this round, our topic was diving into the unknown, if I'm not wrong. Oh, no. It's planting the new seed. I am just so afraid of the next volume already. The next volume in April is diving into the unknown. Sorry to all the viewers. So we have Michael over here. Thank you, Lau, for the investment. I will give you the interest later. And
thank you, Michael.
Talk about the interest as well as the capital. When you invest in your habit, what is the interest what is the return and what is your capital. I think Lau will have a lot more to share. I believe this will be good as a continuation of the next live talk, and we will talk about the investment and return of your habits. With that, Lau, I believe it's time to say goodbye to all our audience. Thank you very much for joining us today, tonight, and also, you know what, see you tomorrow at our workshop, in-house Body Mind Soul workshop. Everything will be conducted via Zoom, as well as wishing you a very great weekend, and hope that you will take out your pen and your journal to write down your reflection, take a pause, and think of who you want to be, make that decision, and start investing. Cultivate the habits to make sure you go towards the direction that you have put in. All right. So with that, I just push out one last. So true indeed, we may not be able to see our results now, but why wait 10 years? Why not now? Thank you very much, Sheau Shy, for an amazing session. And with this great comment, I would say goodbye to everyone over here. And we will see you next week on the Saturday as well as Friday, TGIF with Christina. With that, thank you, Lau, for coming and sharing with us. I believe we will definitely have you back to talk about the return, investment, and capital. Okay? So with that,
Okay.
goodbye, everyone. Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.